Just stopping me, you feel me?
Coast, that's fucked up.
All right, I see you live on YouTube. We ready? Let's cap. Let's go. I didn't mean to do that.
Just stopping me, you feel me?
Coast, that's fucked up.
All right, all right, all right. First and foremost, I would like to say welcome to Amsterdam Talk. This is another episode of Amsterdam Talk. You see, I'm already decked out for the holidays. So Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad. We're gonna talk about some silent victims today. Let me hit my electron technician first. Mm. But before we get into it, I normally open up the show about some things that happened to me this week, but I'm not going to open up this show this week like that. I have to make a public apology to some people, and I posted it a couple times, So my apology goes out whew, to the penis bandits that was running around in the group. I have to apologize to you guys because when we sat down and we spoke about it, you've actually had receipts to show that these women were asking for these pictures. So I apologize to you guys because that is the women, that is shameless and scandalous. And I want to give them the PPP award, but I can't give them the PPP award because it wasn't piss poor performance. It was lying, conceiving, and all those words that we want to put in for synonyms for that. But I apologize to you penis bandits. Keep doing what you're doing because they are asking for them. Keep sending them. So I apologize definitely to y'all for them. And the women that are definitely asking for them, you should be ashamed of yourselves for reporting these guys. And that's why I give y'all the shit titty bag fuck of the week award. So while we're here right now, while my guest is getting ready to make his entrance tonight, his brother's from Tuskegee. We a lot of things about Tuskegee that we've heard about. Never been to the campus, but I'm pretty sure it's a beautiful campus. And I remember this brother when he had a conversation before, and he told me that he learned how to cow tip going to Tuskegee. That is something totally different that I've ever seen in my life. But somebody said, "Come get man out of aisle 10." No, you come get these women out of aisle 10 because they asking for the crazy shit. They asking for penis pictures in line when shit go wrong. That they feel as though they want to report a brother. And y'all send the news too. We got the receipts. I'm So that penis show has been canceled because if I bring the penis show up, a lot of you women are definitely going to be put out there on blast. But anyway, tonight we want to talk about, men, a silent victim, men that have been basically kind of emotionally and physically, abused. We want to talk about that. And the conception of it is that it's a double standard, how men and women work with this thing. So I'm not going to hold this show up any longer. So Brother Alton, you got to start from the beginning. Where'd you meet her and how did this start off? Yeah, unmute yourself though, brother.
You want to go get in the car?
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. So this was I was in Chicago. Wait, this is talking about I was in Chicago. And I met this young lady New Year's Eve. It's cool. She was standing by the bar. I went and talked to her. Ended up, grabbing her information. And we didn't talk probably for a month. But, I ended up going back to St. Louis. Who is that? Hey, how are you?
Only an Amsterdam talk you get shit like this to go on.
All right. Somebody I went to high school with, man. So
that's cool.
We ended up, I ended up going home. It was her birthday. Sang her happy birthday, came back. We ended up kicking it. I mean, I'm going into the whole story. You just asked me, how did we meet? Okay.
No. Go into the whole story. We got time. Go into the whole story so we can break this down.
Hold on. So, there was one of the relationships where I was like, you see, first of all, we was 8 years apart. So it was already where I was a little leery about it. But, at her age, she was ready to be married and all of this shit.
So you was older than her?
Yeah, 8 years older than her.
How old is she?
She was 27.
Okay, she was 27. Okay.
Yeah. So was she 20? She was 26. So
26, 27. Not off by much. Okay.
Right. So it's just like shit that you look for in a person that I like to go out, I like to dance, I like to go out with my partner and dance and not have my partner just sitting there looking like they just fucking there for no reason. So we had that vibe. We went out and did different shit. This girl took me skiing. There was some different shit. We went and did different shit. So that shit was, I was letting the positive outweigh my feelings on the negative. They say, that 60, whatever that shit is, 60-40 or whatever. Fuck that shit.
The 80-20 rule?
It don't matter. Yeah, 80-20. It don't matter. Even if that 80 could be legit, but that 20 could be way worse than that 80 just off the magnitude that the 20 is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Could be. Yeah, it could be.
So on my birthday, this was when we first met. On my birthday, she was late to come kick it with me.
When your birthday? Because the viewers always want to know what your sign is.
April 7th is my birthday.
So that makes you an Aries.
Yes.
Okay, he's
an Aries. Her birthday was February 20th.
She's a Pisces. And hold on, before you even start, February 20th, that was my chick that I proposed to, and she told me no. So February 20th, them Pisces on that day, 220, something wrong with them chicks. But go ahead and tell your story, brother.
So, it was 2 months. We was kicking it for 2 months. My birthday came up in April, and she was late, didn't get there for an hour and a half. What's going on? What happened? She said, well, I had to go see my ex-boyfriend. He needed closure.
Huh?
Okay, cool. you 8 years younger than me. Like, you can't play me like I'm Boo Boo the Fool. So I'm already like, okay, cool. So we went along, and then this dude continuously sending her emails, and she telling me and all of this. So I sent dude an email like, bro, look, she not fucking with you no more. She with me. Like, leave it alone.
Right.
Dude sent the email back, tagged her in the email, was like, in conclusion of his email, he said, lepers don't change their stripes or their spots.
Okay.
Right?
So he knew something that you didn't know.
So it comes to the point to where I'm like, I don't even really trust this girl, but like, I'm just like, fuck, it's like, I really love this girl. Like, we really having a good time. We really vibing.
Right.
Going to church together, singing on the praise team together, like everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm kicking it with her family when she ain't there. Her family loved me. Like, it was legit. So this when Pacquiao and Mayweather was having a fight. I went to work, came home, set the shit up outside, had the backyard, was gonna put it up on the wall and all of that shit, setting up everything. She came home and she was like, I'm gonna take a nap. So okay, that's cool. Like, you know, take a nap.
Y'all was living together?
Well, it was my place, but she was over there 5 days out the week. So,
and this was you was in Chicago. This was you in Chicago.
Correct.
Okay, you was in Chicago. Okay.
So she ended up waking up. It was her friend, my landlord on where we were staying at, the lot in between it and the house next door where her friend was in. So it was her friend's birthday, so it was gonna be a whole conglomerate of like both houses. It was gonna be a whole big ass like shebang.
Right.
So she wake up, she like, oh, I'm going to see what she doing and all of this. I was like, but like, what's up with dinner? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been like taking care of this, all of this shit. She was like, I thought you was gonna get, okay, cool. She went over there. She was like, yeah, we going out. The part that fucked me up the most is she said that she was gonna order me a pizza, but didn't know what toppings I liked, and we had been together for a year and a half.
A year and a half, and she didn't know your toppings. That's crazy.
Does that make any sense? No.
No, it doesn't.
So then, like, I was like, fuck it, man, I'm done with this girl. I started drinking with my neighbor, Amsterdam, which is so funny. Drinking with my neighbor. And I was like, man, fuck this. Like, I went crazy. I don't like going crazy, but I went crazy. I like just started taking her shit, putting it at the door, all her shit. So when she came home, I told her, just get your shit, call your peoples, tell them to come get your shit. Like, I can't fuck with you no more. You obviously don't care enough. Like, if that was like the last straw. So then, like, we started like conversing again, like trying to make it work. And I ended up losing my gig and starting to drive a taxi in Chicago.
Okay.
Went to pick up the taxi. I was like, yeah, I'll come pick you up. She was like, yeah, okay, you can pick me up. I'm going downtown to a hotel room where my friend I work with, like I ain't seen her in a while. Okay, cool. I'm not the type of nigga like, no, you can't go.
Odom, you good, bro? Because you standing out on the block. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, I'm just saying, because you stand outside. I'm like, hold on, what's going on out there?
Nah, I'm good. I'm with my daughter's mom waiting on her at Dollar Tree.
Oh, okay,
so,
wait a minute. Okay, cool.
So I went to get the taxi, ended up getting a ride, telling her I couldn't come get her. She was like, okay, it's cool. This was a Tuesday. Now, Tuesdays, we used to go to this place in Chicago where they had $2 Tuesday. Like, okay, cool. I'm like, man, I'm going to slide down there and see if I could just, like, catch somebody coming out.
Right.
Nobody came out. I went in, used the bathroom. I come out the bathroom, and she in there. And I'm like, you ain't have to lie to me. It wasn't like I was going, like, it's all good. It's like, hey, you know, I'm working. Maybe I could get a dance before. She's like, no, I ain't going to give you no dance. I'm with her. I'm trying to spend time with her. So, okay, cool. I went outside, smoked on my clothes. Like, this shit just don't feel right.
So she told you she was doing some other shit, but she was at the $2 spot.
Right.
Okay.
Then went back in and it was she was standing at the bar with some dude on her ass, like, and I just walked up. I was like, "Oh, bro, this you?" He was like, "Oh, we just met." Like,
Mm,
you lying because either you lying or she's been lying to me for this whole time because I know that this ain't some we just met type of activities that she indulged in, quote unquote. Now I don't really
right,
fucking know who you are.
right.
So then it's like, man, let me check this girl's email, right?
So you
So
got
I,
an email password and all that shit. You got everything.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I checked the email, and then I see some messages from an ex. It was like, hey, what's going on here? She sent him an email back saying like, hey, I'm at work. It's easier if we do, Messenger, because it'll come up straight to my computer.
Right.
Got on the Messenger. I got on the Messenger too and seen a message where he said the sex was okay, but I could tell it hasn't been genuine like it has been for the last 2.5 years.
Hold on. So you said the sex hasn't been genuine for the last 2.5 years, and y'all was
Yeah,
together?
for a year and a half.
What?
So that's what dude was talking about when he said a leopard don't change their spots because he told me that she fucked around with that same dude when she was with him.
Wow. That's crazy. So she was fucking with the dude that you wind up getting into with the email in, and leopard don't change spots, and the same person she was cheating on y'all with both of y'all with him.
Right.
That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy right there. It's too much lying going on. I mean, first and foremost, before we get to the cheating part, but just too much lying is just like, I mean, you just said out your mouth that you ain't the type of dude to say you can't go out.
Right.
And she lied to go out or whatever. And, we went from there. But, so once you found that out, then what happened from there?
It was a wrap.
Okay, it was a wrap. So now I got a question to ask you, being as that you was in the HBCU couples lounge, what happened with that you came back over?
Well, we are currently working through our differences. That's who I'm with right now. Like, we are working through our differences. We're having couples counseling right now. Like, we're both 37, so we both understand like it's some shit that we need to both gather within ourselves so that we can be best for each other.
Oh, so that's is your child's mother, right?
Correct.
Okay, no, but okay, I'm sorry, there's two different people. So I'm going back to the situation where like the one chick in Chicago. So I mean, congratulations that you and your child's mother is working it out. I mean, that's beautiful, peace and blessings. Black love all the way. But we're just saying like the mental thing that that went through from your other situation.
Right. So like, and then the whole that got me even more fucked up with that was because like that was the family for her hand in marriage. And then it was like right after I did that year, I did that in December. That we ended up breaking up the following October. But that whole year it was like something shifted where shit just wasn't right like
Right.
all the time. So then that's when that last straw was like, oh, I just can't, I'm not going through this shit.
So that fucked with your whole psyche and all that.
Yeah. So like it came to the point where I was like, man, fuck, that was 4 years ago. So I really wasn't like trying to fuck with nobody on no serious level. I wasn't trying to like be with nobody or none of that shit. It just so happened that like with my daughter's mom, when the shit came into us just conversing and like figuring shit out, it was just like, let's make it work. But we went we dove nose first without any foundation, and it caused a lot of unnecessariness that we're taking care of now.
Okay, so this is where the counseling is coming in now with you two.
Right.
Okay. Well, at least you're not afraid to admit that y'all actually going through some things that y'all trying to get it right. So, that's a lot of people, they're afraid to say, like, I think as us as a community and a culture, we look at counseling as a white person's thing.
Right.
And we avoid it. But no, sometimes you just need somebody to talk it out. And you and myself as being black men off the top, we not allowed to show no fucking weakness.
Exactly.
And that's crazy in society. We can't show no weakness. We crying inside, but we got to be hard outside, and it's fucking with us inside. So I totally agree with you. Y'all doing what y'all supposed to do to make it work.
Yeah, man. And I'm not the type of nigga to hold my feelings in regardless. I don't give a fuck what nobody think. I'm gonna let you know if you hurt me, you gonna know. If you make me cry, you gonna see it. Like, I don't give a fuck if you think I'm not tough because showed you my emotions. Like, obviously you ain't trying to understand where the fuck I'm coming from if I can't be vulnerable and 100 with you.
I understand. I totally understand that. But as society say, when you do that, they make us look weak, which is bullshit, truthfully. It make us look weak because we have to actually hold this type of identity down. And it's crazy. If I can't come to my lady or to the lady I'm dealing with and say, hey, listen, I had a fucked up day, and let her know what's going on, it shouldn't hold no cut. It shouldn't hold no strike against me because I'm letting you know. And then it becomes a double standard, because if you portray to be hard so much and not have no feelings, and what they wind up saying to you is, oh, you don't show me your inside,
Right.
your inner feminine side. And that's the bullshit. Like, you want me to show you some type of feminine side, my inner feelings, but then you don't want me to do it. Like, which one is it? I'm fucked up. I'm lost.
Right. That's real.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, so the young lady in Chicago, have you any word on her? I know you probably don't, but any word that like if y'all still follow each other on Facebook or the gram or anything like that?
Nope. Bro, once I'm done, I'm done. Like, I'm deleting, I'm blocking. Like, I'm not trying to be anywhere in your presence. I don't give a fuck if it's in your Instagram. Like, I'm done. I'm not fucking with no memories.
Okay, so but once all that occurred, like where was your headspace at with this after that shit occurred?
Um, Again, like, I was like, I'm not fucking with nobody. Like, trust was like a hard thing to come by. I was just like, I'm gonna be a dog.
So you went the dog route.
But I was a nice guy as a dog. Like, I wasn't trying to give nobody my feelings. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of fucked up because I feel like I could have like led some people on where like I was still being who I am, but then like we gonna turn left on Pennsylvania. But then just for instance, like, I like to cook, so sometimes I will cook for somebody, and then somebody's like, "Oh well, you can't be cooking for people because that's like giving them boyfriend type of, you know what I'm saying, vibes, and that ain't even like the vibe that you trying to give them." It's like, damn, I can't even just like cook for a motherfucker without them thinking I'm trying to be in a relationship with them. And I already told you, like, I'm not trying to be in a relationship.
But that's the thing, though. When we say that from the jump, they feel as though that becomes their game to be like, okay, I'm gonna make this motherfucker be in a relationship. And that's that. But you already explained to them, like, nah, I don't want to be in a relationship. Let's just kick it. Let's have fun. Blah blah blah. And once you start doing certain things, they're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna make him do this. And that's really not obtainable. You can only chase us for so long, but they go the extra mile to chase and say, fuck it. And that's the bullshit as well.
Right.
So you got the missus right beside you. I gotta talk. The missus is right beside you. She's over there driving. How you doing?
Hi.
So you've been with this. Y'all have known each other for how long?
8 years.
And y'all got a beautiful daughter.
Yeah, she's 5.
Yeah, she's 5. So, and y'all came to this headspace to say, hey, let's do this. Let's get this right. So with everything that's going on now, is there Mrs. Higgins down the road for her?
There is. I can
And
say
she
there
probably
is. I love her.
smiled over there.
She is. She knows what it is. Like, this is my home slice.
Okay, that's so y'all got the friend thing. Y'all have a whole friend, best friend thing vibe going besides the child thing. So that's where it comes. Like, and I look at it, as what you just said, your home slice, she allows you to come in and be you and vent and give you that side to her, and she doesn't judge you on it.
Right.
And you can cook for her.
Like when I have, and then even when I move back, bro, like we got matching tattoos. She'll have no tattoos, and we ended up getting matching tattoos on our hands.
Okay, so that's where the matching tattoo come from. Okay, so I'm expecting when I see the matching ring finger tattoos, I know what's coming on next.
Right.
It gotta be once y'all, figure things out, and get where you need to be going with it. I don't know, he cut out. I think he cut out.
Yeah, bro, it's been legit because
I couldn't hear you. What you say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I was saying the counseling has definitely been legit because like he sit there and let us like we was going at each other. He sat there and let us go at each other, and he was like, I hear y'all talk about like what hasn't been good, but like what has been good. Like how have you praised them when they've done something good, and like how have you let them know? And then like even and still we had to do some homework. It was like, what does a relationship look like to you? Like what do you want from your partner? Is that right? Mm-hmm. So like even like doing that and like listening and just understanding everything, it was like, damn, like this is like really building some foundation. And then when we went over our list, we realized that a lot of the shit that we wanted on our list was some of the same stuff, but we gotta respect and understand our similarities, but also respect and understand our differences.
So what's on that list that y'all got similar on your list?
Like teamwork, one, like consistency, not saying mean or hurtful things, conflict resolution, positive reinforcement instead of being negative towards someone because they're not doing what you want them to do. It's not what you say, is how you say it.
Okay, so you've been able to express yourself in a different stratosphere right now without hurting her feelings, and she understands. She can answer because she's right there. So if she want to answer, and come on camera, she can talk if she wants to. It's up to her.
What's the question?
No, he was just asking about the list.
Oh, the list. What's on the list?
Yes, what's on the list?
Oh, basically, the list is putting God first. When there is a problem, to recognize the problem from the beginning before it manifests itself to something bigger, and to solve the problem from the beginning. To think of a solution instead of focusing or magnifying an issue or a problem.
Okay.
What else was on there? It was a long list.
It was a long list.
So, but no, since I got y'all both right there, so y'all conceived this child 5 years ago, and y'all had a separation. Do y'all two see any changes within yourself? I mean, in each other. Like, do you see any changes?
Definitely.
So we're gonna backtrack because I'm gonna ask her. What's her name?
Mia.
Okay, Mia. I'm gonna ask you first, Mia. What was one of the things that you didn't like of Alton when y'all first had your first spat? Like, what did you like, and has it changed?
You mean like 8 years ago?
8 years ago, whatever you didn't like, and something that's now changed that you spoke about that needed changing, has it changed?
I think one of the biggest things is that just operating from self, thinking of self. And I mean, because in the beginning, like we were both like a bachelorette. He was a bachelor, so there was no like responsibility on anyone's end except for, you know, being responsible for yourself.
Right.
And with men, it takes men a little bit longer to mature than women.
Okay.
So with that being said, I definitely see growth in Alton. He's definitely made efforts to, you know, not think of self and make others a priority. And I mean, it's all a process, but he is making effort to, you know, be who he wants to be.
Okay, so the self has turned into no longer self; it's more of a we situation now.
Right.
All right, I got
I'm
you.
still a little selfish sometimes.
I mean, we all got selfish ways in us, and sometimes it's good to be selfish. Sometimes it's not good to be selfish. I mean, we all got to keep that, you know, ability in us to be selfish. Some things you just like, nah, I'm just gonna do me, and that's just the way it is. But you gotta let your partner know. So I'm gonna ask you the same thing, Alton. Like, what was the things that you didn't like of Mia that, you know, that you see a difference and change now of her? I mean, you see anything different in her that you used to not see?
I mean, like she said, like we was bachelor and bachelorettes when our daughter came about, so we wasn't even like fully entwined in like figuring out who we were. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, I don't know, like I really can't say because like she hasn't been a bad person. It's just like the situation and that we were in, and it. I mean, our daughter came about it.
Okay, that's the blessing that came out of it. You know, a lot of hot, sweaty nights, I can believe, but that's none of my business. That's none of my business at all. But I mean, I'm glad you know y'all decided to say that we're going to get this together, and y'all, you know, going to the proper people to get this together. I mean, as we explained earlier before she came in the car, you know, your headspace was different at the time, and now your headspace seems to be on the correct way.
Right.
So, you know, it is what it is. I know y'all got things to do, so I'm not gonna hold y'all any more longer. But definitely thank y'all for coming.
No doubt. Thanks for having us.
Thank
Ain't no
you.
problem. Anytime y'all want to come on. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna invite y'all back on the 29th for Black Love. Next Tuesday, I want to see y'all again for Black Love because I got a special holiday show with nothing but couples and their whole thing about their experience of Black love.
Oh, that's
Okay.
beautiful.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, so y'all be the couple that's not married but working towards marriage. We got some ones that been together forever that's not married, and we got some ones that's married. So definitely, I'm going to invite y'all back. Ava's going to send you the situation, and we'll see y'all next Tuesday at 9:00.
All right, bro.
See you Tuesday.
All right, all right, all right. Hey, you too. Happy holidays.
All right.
So no problem.
Appreciate it.
But you know, no, I definitely appreciate y'all coming. You know, and my viewers out there, that just shows you right there. Things happen, and you settle down, and you decide to say, "Hey, you know, we want to get this thing together," and you go from there. You know, as always, we want to get ourselves together, and you know, work towards something, and you know, make things a negative, turn a negative into positive, because two negatives don't make a positive. So obviously, they both sat down and they figured out it doesn't sound like we're doing this for the child. It sounds like we're doing this for ourselves because I'm down for you, you're down for me. What happened before happened before. We're going to go to counseling and we're going to get this thing popping. You know, normally this show is an hour, but not tonight. It won't be an hour, you know. But I definitely want to extend my apologies back out to the penis bandits. You're really not a penis bandit no more. You are penis on request. So you're sending dick pics because the women are requesting them, and they are shameless and scandalous. And you know, you women have sent you nudes as well. And we're not going to get into that anymore. But one thing I definitely want to say this holiday season, and you know, to everybody, one thing that 2020 has taught me is just like, if you can live through this, you can live through anything. And one thing I'm definitely thankful for is this young lady who has this platform, Miss Ava Joy. Things happen before I joined the group. I just came out of a relationship like late February and late March. And I look at it now and say things happen for a reason, because if that didn't happen, I wouldn't know y'all, wouldn't know this young lady and helping her get her platform where it need to be at. And I'm just grateful for meeting this young lady. She cool, she feisty, she's the queen of what the hell did we call you the other day, me and Paul? We forgot. You the colonel of some shit of the tank. I can't remember, but definitely. So that he told his story about him being abused. She was lying, she was deceitful, she did a lot of things, but at the end, when it circled around, counseling helps out. So don't be afraid to get your counseling, get your counseling in when you need to. Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Boxing Day in Canada. Like Eddie Murphy said in Trading Places, Merry New Year. For myself, HBCU Singles Lounge, HBCU Couples Lounge. I gotta get out of here. I gotta make a phone call myself, but I ain't going to no damn therapist. And Rod ain't telling stories on none of his shit. I mean, I can do it, but it'll be pre-recorded. If y'all want to know my story, vote for it, and I'll tell you the story, what happened. But just one thing though, Joe, before we leave about silent victims and men being abused, it's definitely a double standard. I mean, physically, we know we can beat you, but if we beat you up, that's we shunned on in society. If we get beat up, we still look different in society. We looked at as weak, and the black man has it totally different out here. We can't be vulnerable at all times because it makes us look weak. So we got to be hard, but we don't want to go that route sometimes. Sometimes we just want to just vent. Same thing ladies do. We just want to vent at all times. So if you got a black man that you know and that you care for and you love, the best thing you can ask him is like, how are you feeling? How was your day? What's going on? I appreciate you, man. That's some of the things that we love to hear. I got my superpowers the other day. I am now sub-Negro. I can shoot ice out my hands. And I'm going to leave it on that note. Happy Hanukkah, Feliz Navidad, Happy Boxing Day in Canada. Merry Christmas, Merry New Year, New Year's. Hope everybody, you have everything they need to have. Get everything they need to want. But the best thing that you got in life, when you wake up on Christmas, the one thing that nobody values when they wake up on Christmas is that no matter what gifts you get, the one gift that you are not thinking about is that you're breathing and that you're living. Breathing's a privilege at all times. On that note, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to hit y'all with the Chinese version of Merry Christmas. Tang, 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 tang. And I'm gone, and I'll see you on Tuesday for Black Love. See you later. Amsterdam Talk with Rod. A short one in.